Hello everyone. Again, today is our next doubt session, and the first doubt which we have received from our students is your question number 21. We have to pass the journal entry of the following transaction. Oswal Woolen Mills, Amritsar, Punjab sold shawls to Gupta Shawls, Jaipur. Now it's an interstate transaction as per the details. Sold 100 shawls at the rate of rupees 200 per shawl on 4th January 2019. IGST is levied at the rate of 12%, trade discount at the rate of 25%, and cash discount 5% if full payment is made within 14 days. Now, Gupta Shawls sent 50% of the payment on 14th January 2019 and the balance payment on 10th of February 2019. Now, pass the necessary journal entry. Now, you can see that in this transaction, the cash discount is being availed when the payment is made within 14 days. Now, the first 50% of the payment was received on 14th January 2019 and the rest of the payment was received on 10th of February. That means the period of 14 days has been over. So cash discount in this transaction can only be availed on the 50% of the payment. Now we'll see that how we are going to do the working and how we are going to pass the journal entry. Now let's start with the working of this entry. Now 100 shawls were sold and the rate is at the rate of rupees 200 per shawl and the date of transaction was 4th January 2019. So the total list price of the shawls is rupees 20,000. Now we are going to give first trade discount less trade discount at the rate of 25%. So if I calculate 25% of 20,000, let us show the working over here. 25% of 20,000, this amount is 5,000. So less 5,000, 15,000 will be the total value of the sales. We know that sales are to be credited since it results in increase in income. Now to this amount, GST will be added. We are going to add GST, and since it's an interstate transaction, so IGST will be levied. So add IGST at the rate of, IGST is levied at the rate of 12% per annum. So on, let's do the calculations over here. On 15,000, if I calculate 12%, I will get 1,800. So add 1,800 since goods are being sold. So we are going to collect output IGST and output IGST account will be credited. So the total amount, the total invoice value is 16,800. Now it's written that 50% of the payment is being received on 14th of January, that means after 10 days, and the period given for the payment is 14 days. So obviously 50% transaction will be treated as cash sales and 50% transaction will be treated as credit sales. Now credit sales, we know that, see, 50%. This payment is received for 50% on 14th of January. So credit sales will be of rupees 8,400 And whenever credit sales are there in our books of account, debtors come in our books of account. And in our case, our debtor will be Gupta Shawls. Our debtor will be Gupta Shawls. Fine. And when debtors are increased, they are debited in our books of account. 8400 cash sales. Now when cash is received from the debtor, discount is allowed, and cash discount is allowed at the rate of 5%. So less cash discount at the rate of 5%. If I calculate 5% of 8400, the amount will be 420 less 420. This is, see, we have made the sales, we are receiving the payment, so their discount is allowed. And discount allowed is an expense. It is to be debited. And finally, 7980 cash is received. It will increase. Cash account will increase. So cash account is debited. So based on our working, the entry which we will pass in our books of account in journal, it will be cash account debited. We have received the cash of 7,980. Then discount allowed debited. Discount allowed account debited. We have allowed a discount of 420. Then debtors, Gupta Shawls. Gupta Shawls debited. Amount is 8,400. Two sales account. Total sales were of rupees 15,000. To output IGST account, and this is for 1,800. So with this, the entry is complete, and this is the journal entry which we are supposed to pass for this transaction. I hope this entry is clear to all of you. Now the next transaction which we'll be discussing is from this question number 22. Journalize the following transactions in the books of Ashok. The doubt which we have received is third part. It says receive the first and final dividend of 70 paisa in a rupee from the official receiver of Rajgopal who owed us rupees 7,000. Let's do the working first. Rajgopal is our debtor. Rajgopal is the debtor in our books of account, and he owed us rupees 7,000. That means 7,000 is being shown on the debit side in our books of account. Now he is being declared as insolvent, so that means only 70 paisa in a rupee was received from his estate. That means he has just paid 70% of what was due to him. So that means we have received 4,900. That means out of 7,000, 4,900 is received. So when we are going to receive 4,900, that means cash account is debited by this much amount. And then the balance amount, that is 2,100, will be treated as bad debts in our books of account because this amount has now become irrecoverable. And Rajgopal, that is our debtor, now since he is just going to pay us 70% of the amount and rest of the amount is being treated as bad debt, so his account will be credited by this amount 7,000.
मैम आपकी वीडियो बार बार हैंग होती है.
Yes, beta. So the journal entry which we pass for this transaction will be cash account debited, bad debt account debited, to Rajgopal, our debtor. Amount to be recorded is 4900, bad debt 2100. Rajgopal will be credited by 7000 rupees. I hope this transaction is clear to all of you. The next transaction is borrowed from Riddhi at the rate 10% per annum interest. Now see, we have to pass the journal entry for the amount which we have borrowed from Riddhi. Now the amount which we have borrowed from Riddhi, it has come in our books of account in our business in the form of cash. So cash account will be debited. Cash account will be debited. And since we have borrowed from Riddhi, the amount given here is 50,000. Fine. So to loan, the amount which we have taken from Riddhi is in the form of loan. So we'll write to loan from Riddhi 50,000. And this loan was taken at the rate of 10% per annum. That's just an information given to you. Yes, if they would have asked you, give the accounting treatment for this 10% per annum interest due also, फाइन, यानी कि आपको लिए हुए लेट से 1 साल हो गया इस अमाउंट को और आपने इंटरेस्ट पे करना है, पहले ड्यू कराओ और फिर इंटरेस्ट पे कराओ. तो इंटरेस्ट ड्यू की एंट्री क्या होगी बेटे? फॉर 1 ईयर, इंटरेस्ट ड्यू फॉर 1 ईयर, 1 साल के लिए आपका इंटरेस्ट ड्यू एट द रेट ऑफ 10%. 50,000 का 10% इज 5,000. सो इंटरेस्ट ड्यू विल बी, entry will be for interest due, the entry will be interest due account. See, we are following accrual basis system of accounting. So we are going to treat, we have used this amount in our business. So the interest due will be treated as an expense for this year. This will be debited in our books of account. And since we have not paid this interest, ये सिर्फ ड्यू हुआ है, अभी हमने इसको पे नहीं किया, तो ये अमाउंट बेटा लोन की अमाउंट के साथ ही ऐड हो जाती है. तो हम यहाँ लिख देंगे टू लोन फ्रॉम रिद्धि, to loan from Riddhi, and the amount is 5,000. अब बेटा आपके पास टोटल लोन पे करने का कितना हो गया? 50,000 ओरिजिनल और 5,000 उसके ऊपर इंटरेस्ट. और अगर मैंने अब लेट्स से थर्ड एंट्री ये कह दी कि द अमाउंट ऑफ लोन along with the interest is paid off, amount of loan along with interest is paid off, is paid. So that means we are paying this amount of loan and this interest also. So when we pay this amount, our entry will be, since we are paying the loan along with the interest, so loan from Riddhi account will be debited. ये अकाउंट मेरा खत्म हो जाएगा. मैंने इसकी पेमेंट कर दी और पेमेंट किस में करी? कैश में, टू कैश अकाउंट. सो टोटल अमाउंट 55,000 will be shown both on the debit and credit side. I hope this entry, all these transactions are clear to all of you. Now the next transaction is sold household furniture and paid the amount into the business, rupees 2,000. Now selling of furniture, selling of household furniture will not be recorded in our books of account because this is a personal transaction, and whenever we record this, whenever we record the journal entry, we record only business transactions. Fine. Since we are preparing the books of accounts of the business, so we'll record only business transactions. The first half of the entry will not be recorded in our books because here we are selling the household furniture. Yes, by selling this household furniture, we are getting 2,000 of rupees, and these 2,000 rupees are being invested into the business. So that means when this amount is being invested into the business, that means cash is coming inside our business. So cash account will be debited. Two, it is in the form of additional capital. So capital account of the proprietor will be credited, and amount 2,000 will be recorded. And one thing more, we are not going to charge any GST on this amount. Reason being, again, that the furniture is being sold. It was household furniture. It was a personal transaction. So no GST is being levied on the personal transaction. I hope this entry is clear to all of you. The next transaction is placed an amount in fixed deposit at bank by transfer from current account rupees 5,000. See, we know that in business, we always open current account. So if we are opening this fixed deposit account in the name of the business, so the transaction is simple. एक आपने account में से पैसा 5,000 withdraw कर लिया और दूसरा fixed deposit account in the name of business अगर open किया है, so आपके दूसरे अकाउंट में पैसा ट्रांसफर हो गया. सो वी राइट फिक्स्ड डिपॉजिट अकाउंट. अगेन इट शुड बी देयर इन द नेम ऑफ द बिजनेस. फिक्स्ड डिपॉजिट अकाउंट डेबिटेड टू योर बैंक्स करंट अकाउंट. Banks, you can just write bank account also, and to be very specific, if you want to mention, you can write banks current account. Amount mentioned on both debit and credit side in the amount column is 5,000. This fixed deposit is also being opened in the name of the business, and that is why we are recording it in the books of accounts of the business. So my entry will be fixed deposit account debited to bank's current account. Now the next entry for today is received a check from Shiv and Company to whom goods were sold for rupees 3,000, allowed him 2% discount. Now, Vijay, this is the case that maybe Shiv and Company was our debtor. We have sold the goods to Shiv and Company for rupees 3,000, and when we received that check, we allowed discount at the rate of 2%. And you see the next entry, it's connected to the first one. It says Shiv and Company's check deposited into bank. यानी कि बेटा जब पहली एंट्री पास हुई तो हमने ये चेक बैंक में डिपॉजिट नहीं किया था, ये चेक हमारे पास ही था. तो वी आर गोइंग टू ओपन एन अकाउंट नोन एज चेक इन हैंड अकाउंट. चेक इन हैंड अकाउंट डेबिटेड, discount allowed since we have received the payment. So discount allowed account debited to Shiv and Company. हमारे डेटर रिड्यूस हो गए क्योंकि हमने शिव एंड कंपनी से अमाउंट रिसीव कर ली. सो शिव एंड कंपनी अकाउंट 3,000 से क्रेडिट हो गया, डेटर खत्म. 3,000 पे 2% कैश डिस्काउंट जो हमें मिला तो दैट इज 60 रुपीज. तो चेक शिव एंड कंपनी ने हमें दिया 2,940 का. And this check is now being deposited in the second entry. So, and when it is deposited into the bank, so we pass the entry bank account debited to check in hand account. To check in hand account, ये हमने बैंक में deposit करा दिया. Fine. And amount recorded is 2,940. अब बच्चे ये जो मैंने चेक डिपॉजिट कराया है, अगर ये डिसऑनर हो जाता है और अगर ये डिसऑनर हो गया और डिसऑनर के हमने चार्जेस पे किए, लेट्स से 10% चार्जेस थे, दैट इज बीइंग पेड. नाउ if the check which we have received from Shiv and Company, it has deposited into the bank, is now being dishonored. So that means Shiv and Company will now become again my debtor, and when Shiv and Company, they will become my debtor with the same amount, 3,000. So the discount which was allowed to Shiv and Company will be taken back. Fine. And so I'll write to discount allowed. I'll take back this discount allowed account. When this account is taken back, 60 rupees is taken back, and then we have to pay to bank 2940 back. Fine. So this was the entry to be passed when the check was dishonored, and then bank charged bank charges of ₹10. अब बेटा ये जो 10 रुपीज चार्ज किए हैं बैंक ने, बैंक क्या करता है, बैंक तो हमारे बैंक अकाउंट में से रिड्यूस कर लेता है. सो आवर बैंक अकाउंट गेट्स रिड्यूस्ड बाय 10 rupees more. Fine. So let's add 10 rupees over here as bank charges. तो हमारा बैंक 2950, and obviously I'm going to take this amount from the Shiv and Company. So Shiv and Company will become debtor in my books of account as 3,010 rupees. Or we can do this in some other, in one other way also, which we'll discuss in the next class. Hope you have understood all these transactions. So let's meet and discuss rest of the transactions in the next class. Thank you all. Thank you very much.